Good morning and welcome to Tom's Tournament 2024, the 29th edition of the wonderful festival-style tournament here in Bruges, Belgium. I'm Stefan Rapazzo on this ULTI.TV production, joined with the wonderful Swiss national Charlotte Terrasson. Charlotte, how are you today?
Hi, Stefan. I'm doing good. Awesome. I mean, tournament, always good. How about you?
Amazing. I mean, it's always... you know, we had spring invite, but traditionally over the years, this has been like the big season kickoff tournament. We get all the bells and whistles at a tournament like this, like the jingle we're hearing now, some CCR, which is the start of game jingle this year. And we've got an open division match first thing today. Who are these teams, Charlotte?
So we have EDI from Edinburgh, that we rarely see, so nice that they made the trip to Bruges to see what Edinburgh has. And on the other side we have Top of the North, a pickup from several teams from the north of Italy.
The north of Italy, these guys have been going nuts in their cheers so far. Absolutely bananas. Let's see if that works out as a good omen for them. They've got a much bigger roster too, haven't they?
They do. Actually, it's like almost double from the Edinburgh team. But this is normal when you get players from 4 or 5 different clubs. I think there is like Torino, Como, Bergamo. There's even a guy from Genova, they told me. Yeah, several clubs putting all forces together for Bruges Tom's Tourney, because that is what it takes.
That's what it takes. That's where we are at. It is Tom's Tourney time. This is the beginning. I remember this tournament fondly. We've already got the over-under set at 50 of how many times I might mention that I had the wonderful graces of being able to be part of a championship team here at Tom's last year. I'm sure all the viewers at home remember. And that starts the counter at 1. And here comes the first pull. Edinburgh sends to Top of the North to go the other way. And I don't know why I said it with a Scottish accent, top of the morning. That's actually a little bit Irish, and it's still all and only wrong. But
Oh!
what a big D. First pass of the game, he went through him, but that was a monstrous D. No foul called. Continuation to the C jersey in the corner. What a play to start things off, Charlotte.
Indeed, Stefan, what a start. The Edinburgh team really wanted to put on gas from the beginning. Look at this defense.
And that really was something else. I think that's the number 7 shirt that makes the play. Oh, there it is again. Sorry, the 97 shirt. That's Joao Lopez makes the play and makes himself a highlight in the first play of Tom's tourney. That a boy Joao. That's what we want to see under these cameras.
I think that was kind of a surprise for the Italians. They were not expecting such a intensity from the beginning. Let's hope the rest of the game will be the same. We want this intensity, those plays.
Oh, goodness gracious. If they give us that, they deserve their shot here under the lenses. So this is Division 2, Open Division 2, which is a massive division here. We only have the stream on for Division 2 for 3 games all weekend long, so these are the very lucky teams that get to go at it. Here comes Enia De Cristofaro and his teammates from top of the north of Italy.
And don't underestimate the second division. I mean, because to get in the first division of Tom's Tourney, this is quite a fight. The level is really good. So even second division has a really good level. Great teams fighting.
And your visionary shot into the back of the end zone and a equalizing goal.
Yeah, the Italians were a bit scared, I think, of the Edinburgh defense and didn't try too many crazy actions. They went for the safe swings in front of the zone. It was a wall defense on the Edinburgh side, and they would prefer, like Italians preferred to swing it, move it slowly, steady. For the last fancy, as we see throw in the back of the end zone, perfectly put to number 33.
For the goal. So one apiece. EDI still up a break as they got that enormous layer D to start the game. And they receive the second pull. In fact, they watch it touch the ground out of bounds, and they will moonwalk that one into center. Brick mark.
We don't know actually if the Italians are used to play together here. This team, do they gather during the week to practice, or is it just for fun? We'll see with the chemistry of the team. I mean, we can guess it.
Let's see how their chemistry plays out. They solidified. Oh, and a great, just stepped on the mark and through, and then stepped deep and through again. 2-throw offense, and EDI are coming out looking strong. I'll say that much.
Yeah, that's our first look to a real offense from EDI, not just one pass goal in front of the end zone after this nice defense we saw before. But they show us that their offense is pretty quick. They don't have no time to lose and just get it to the end zone. Look at this first inside pass, really close to the defense in the stack. And boom, boom, goal.
Shakalaka, my microphone rocka, 97 with the goal there. But 2-throw offense, the breakthrough right up the guts of the stack, really set it up, but again, a finish. We've had a question asked on the stream, did both of these teams lose this flip to be wearing, to both be wearing red? And no, but they do both have uniform issues, and the alternative was a flipped uniform, which the stream refused. We want to see these numbers. We need to know who the disc is going through, so we can tell you all back at home that Stefano Calza has just thrown that dump.
And you gotta look beautiful for the stream, come on. You cannot go with flipped jerseys.
Flipped jerseys. And that's just another reminder for all of you at home that 2 jerseys means a dark and a light, not a red and a black, and not a single color that fades from one color to the other. So get your jerseys sorted if you're going to a tournament that is going to be streamed like the illustrious Tom's tournament. Ooh, Scuba. So that was an ugly Scuba and a beautiful D by Alexandra Hiley, who stepped in and didn't mind the contact to get that D.
I think this is kind of a pattern for our Edinburgh. Defense contact.
There's the shot for goal. He's got just enough. No, he doesn't. Not enough space. He had to turn the corner, and that one faded away and got in front. Spears put a bit too much on that one.
Better jump than run, I think. You run earlier, cut the curve of the Frisbee, and you don't have to chase it your whole life in the end zone.
I like it, Charlotte. He could have gone up early. It may have been the same result, but he would have found out sooner.
And it would have looked more cool.
Yeah, it would have more cool, and no, he put more effort into it if he leaps himself, leaping Lanny Poffo style. Tourney and the Italians now coming the other way. They've got a long way to go. Botta moves it on. The Italian, and another D for Edinburgh. They're stepping in front of everything. Let's see if they will calm on their second asking to break.
Italian player wanted to go for the cool bladey throw over the cup, but Edinburgh said no.
Less cool and bladey when it gets knocked down, isn't it? Well, less cool for sure. Still bladey.
Go for the
and another
Oh!
D. A step in front, smack away. That's 3 at this point. He picked up. It looked like he wanted to just launch it, but he calmed himself down and threw a centering dump.
Good to see the Italians not letting Edinburgh just get the Ds, but also fighting for the Ds back. They can do it too.
Yeah, the 2 can play at that game. Viario and the Italians, now a little bit of space to the 10 shirt. That's a shot for goal, but the defense is in front, and the defense is bigger. He gave a chance, though, on the tip, but he did get the D.
And still didn't want to catch it. Catch your D, nope the first time, and nope the second time either.
Yeah, not the first or the second time. We'll be saying to catch your Ds from the commentary booth here. A regular bit of commentary coaching. Catch those Ds. Don't let them go the other way. And that's a low throw. Probably a small foul on that one. Was free-filled. Sends it. And lost footing, and now the Italians have a very short field.
Yeah, misfortunate, slippery fall.
Number 5 shirt goes all the way the other way. Rainbow OI, and does make it count in the end. The Italians score the first high turnover point.
Yeah, we got to remember that it rained all night here. We had storms, so the fields are pretty soaked, wet, slippery, and we're used to this in Bruges, but still it's not easy to run.
Last year's Tom Tourney was sunny, hot the whole time, and the fields were very, very hard underfoot. So maybe a little bit of rain the day before will soften them up, as long as they're not too soft. And as long as we don't look at the forecast for what might be coming tomorrow and Sunday. But let's just talk about today and live in the present, Charlotte.
For now, we're happy with what we have. It's not raining. Let's go with this.
It is not raining. It's not sunny either. But, yeah, there is a forecast for some weather coming that we are pretending to ignore. But it is a very imminent reality, which is not a shocking situation here in Bruges.
Stay tuned to see what will happen on the weather side.
2 apiece. EDI up a break. Rolling disc is stopped by the media captain, Cameron Dick. Sends that one, 97 all alone. Collects Lopez. And right in for goal, the 34. And the Scots are scoring with ease right now.
What did we just see? That was the greatest, but...
Wait, we've got a call on the play. What is our call on the play here?
I think the sideline was unhappy with it.
Out of bounds then?
Yeah, and calling their players.
Okay, quickly discussed. A potential out of bounds here. Let's see if we can have a better look. Oh, it's a greatest. Oh my goodness, how did we not see that greatest effort? I thought he towed down there. Goodness gracious, I didn't see. I looked to my roster for that split second, assuming that was towed down, and we've got a greatest in this first game already as EDI.
And again, a fast offense from EDI. 2 passes, not 3, maybe 3 passes, including a greatest to the end zone.
Look at them go.
The Italians should maybe try to find another defense, something to block these hawks, maybe have someone spotting the hawks. Just shut down this first option they've been using for the other points and see what other offense Edinburgh has.
They could just throw greatests all day long if that's their offensive choice. Don't plan anything, just throw towards the sideline and try and make the continuation while jumping out of bounds. Di Cristifario with the disc. Ooh, and that one just caught and turned over with his wrist, but maintained possession. The 0 shirt with the disc now. Di Cristofaro, and under a little bit of duress, some of the defense coming, and that one over ambitiously led into the middle and too far in front.
Good vision from the Scottish player on defense who could have definitely gotten that disc, my point of view, but chose rather to avoid the contact and destroying his player.
Big shot goes up, defenders in front and gets it. He did not catch his D, and he nearly paid the price for it. Immediately the other way, the 0 shirt, Filipovic, and the Italians get the big gainer to midfield now.
Catch your D, people.
Di Cristofaro. Far sideline at the midfield. Di Cristofaro gets again. Now centers. Zu. Demands a layout out of his teammate Calza. Calza fakes the hammer. The break is taken, and that one thrown away, up and over. Edinburgh going in the other direction now. Millington.
Looking for the deep.
Spears. Oh, there's a man down, but a secondary defender to help. Millington again. Spears gets open up the line. They're jamming it up the jam hole. Working that near sideline. Millington now now they've got a centering pass. Good look at the end zone. Continuation got broken up, but second look is there. And the Scots, Gaffney, puts an assist on the board as they go up 4-2 now.
We see a little discussion on the field between two players, I think, due to some physical offense. I mean, they'll agree.
Yes.
It's hard to talk with the Rapazzos next to
I
me.
just make everybody giggle and laugh.
Yeah.
There's that
Sorry,
catch your
folks.
D situation. Here's another look at Millington's centering throw before the assist. There's your hockey assist. That one opened it up. No continuation right away, but we do see that throw comes off by Connor Gaffney. And Cameron Dick cashes in the goal for EDI.
Yeah. So I wanted to say EDI is showing quite a physical offense. They're not playing in a smart way. Not saying they're not smart. Don't misunderstand me. But they've been running really fast, hacking, and like forcing on all the passes on the open side, which show great athleticism for sure. But let's see with the game going on after few minutes of intense game, how their offense will be.
Di Cristofaro keeps things moving for the Italians now. They've got their work cut out from them. A couple breaks now by EDI. And they're going to have to make it up. Calza on his own sideline. Filipovic. Centering right in the guts. at the attacking brick mark now. Di Cristofaro taking a look upfield. And a lateral pass almost to Pochi D, but now an open man in the end zone. No. Misread. Oh, luckily there was some help there. Mayday, mayday. That one was misread, but bailout call happens, Charlotte.
Lucky your teammates always have your back. That's why you're a team.
Thank goodness for that, but they get away with a score there. Still EDI looking crisper and sharper on their offensive possessions. The Italians having to work harder to make those scores count. But they got it that time. They're one down. They got to find a way to make a break. And we all know in this game of Ultimate, if you grind and you stay in it, the momentum can change and does change with frequency.
I mean, Italian offense seemed a little clumsy, let's say, but still working pretty well. Even though clumsy, it worked. There was one break at the beginning of the game, but then even with the other defenses, they managed always to get the disc back and to make it work. What way? That we don't care. Just they did it.
Rolling pole gets knocked down and put into play by Dick Millington. He loves those forehand breaks. That one a high release. Pick call, double bicep flex.
I love how the Edinburgh players just look back in the end zone, like deep in the end zone. As soon as they get the disc, they want the hug first. This is their first option.
And so, as Charlotte said, Division 2 here. Okay, Division 1 is very elite now at Tom's tournament. Division 2, a great competition here. The top half for sure. Very competitive. EDI said from the start that they're looking to be competitive in this Division 2. They want to win it. They want to start with a first game win, and they're off to a good start.
Woo!
Except there, step through D.
Very nicely from the Italians. We said it. They might look a little bit clumsy, but they make it work. Their poachy defense on the handlers was stopping the hugs Edinburgh was looking for. And Rapazzo.
Massimo Calza, and the Italians go the other way, and it's Calza who gets it again for the goal, wearing his shoulder strap to keep everything in place there, but still manages a goal, and that is a break back for the Italians.
Here it is. Maybe he's cheering too much and he has to keep the shoulders working from all this
too many
hyping.
pick calls.
Oh, pick calls.
Too many pick calls. He's got the double bicep flex up, and it's too many pick calls to put the shoulder out.
Don't flex too much, folks.
Yeah, it's probably not that, ladies and gentlemen. So games here are short in schedule. This year it is extended slightly. The games are slightly longer, and you play, I think, one less game over the course of the tournament. 60-minute games, very strict time caps. Max 13, and it's over. And one timeout. No halftime until we get to semifinals. So you got to win the flip. The score is 4-4.
We got to score 4-4 now with the break from the Italians to get back on track to tie the game.
To tie the game, it should be 4-4 because there's a score discrepancy. But the Scottish have 2 breaks. The Scottish have 2, Italians have 1, but the Italians started with the disc. So it's still Scotland's advantage right now. They have disc in hand. And of course, there's a shot deep right away. It's well defended. I don't think he's going to get away with that, but he does get away with that. Heck of a play. He had position, but he was the smaller body, but he made good with it as he dumps back to Millington now. Short field, straight back, but what a play to break that up. The Italians get big and get aerial, Charlotte.
They got one break. Are we going to get a second break? That's what they want. Look at them go deep. They want to play like Edinburgh. Great layout, D in the end zone.
That one, we're going to hope we get another chance to look at that, depending on how this point plays out. But here come the Italians the other way. Now they've gone deep. Wide open is Massimo Calza in the end zone. Defense catch up, but not quick enough. You can't stop me in my shoulder brace, he says. That's 2 in a row, baby. And the Italians back on the board and back in the lead.
Maybe that's the thing. Put a shoulder brace to score breaks. I mean, seems to be working for them. Great play from the Italians. Knowing exactly when to play what. They did their fast game with short passes first to get out of the sideline, to get the motion in, and then the hack to finish in beauty.
Beautiful style. Love our Tom's Tourney graphics there popping up, the green and blue this year. Love the look and feel on the website. Of course, last year again, it was the Noisy-le-Sec sweep with Yaka and Isno taking out the titles in the Open and Women's Division. Yaka not here this year. Most of them representing on the French national team, EDI. And Isno is here. A very different looking roster than last year. Of course, their exceptionally handsome coach not with them.
For sure, this season is more about national teams than clubs. Obviously, it is still important to qualify and play UCF, but it is not the World Club Championship. People have to prepare the European season for EUC with the European National Championship. By nation, I mean. Championship by nation.
Oh, and a late throw right into the defense there gave that one away. Calza gets the under. Wants it back, and he gets it back. Then a good-looking throw there. Great vision to get it to his brother, Stefano Calza. Bid on the play, but not enough. Continuation, doorstep action. Italians have a short field in front of them. Jinking and jiving, the poach comes, that leaves a man open. Far sideline, Calza to Calza, that's Stefano to Massimo. Now in the middle, a little bit of a chance there for the D, but not quite enough. And the defense giving a little bit of cushion right now, lagging off, staying in the lane. Shot for goal, way too much on it. And the Scottish will go again the other way.
The Scottish seemed a bit disturbed by the Italian defense. Is it just due to intensity, or maybe the strategy changed, or they didn't find their hugs? But in any case, it seemed to be working for the Italians, who just missed through that disc just before getting a third break in the row.
Could have been. Now EDI has a chance to take their advantage back. And they had decided that one throw later, they will just return the favor.
Catch your D. The player just tipped it right in the direction of the Edinburgh player.
Stefano Calza floats one up. Spears was there. That would have been a dangerous play. Instead, it goes one pass further, and that's a goal for the Italians.
Here it is, a third break in a row, but not from shoulder brace guy this time. You cannot score them all. You cannot stay on the field all the time. But no doubt that if he was on the field, he would have scored that point.
No doubt about it, but he's got to share a couple of those goals around. That one there makes it 6-4, 2-point lead. They have restored all sorts of early doubt that was in that game. They have got this game in their control now. They've got the full posse line call for a pickup style team. I admire that. It's good to get the communication. It's sometimes annoying for the players, I understand, to always run out to the line, but if you don't have sideline communication tools, it's a good way to make sure everyone's informed.
I think it is important. It might look annoying at first, but once you get in it, it feels even better as a player on the line ready to go to play, but also for the rest to really get involved, and that you bring a real team spirit and the opposing team sees it. And this is also very important to see that your team is bounded. You're working all together.
And there's the pull, landed into the safe hands of Alex Weiss. And then centered that one. They both wanted to touch it and then watch it touch the ground. Italians with a chance to break again here. Top of the North, staring down the end zone. 19 shirt, sends for goal. He does a little tippy toe, and that is a goal for the man in the 6 shirt. And the Italians, 7-4, are flexing some muscles right now after a slow start.
And this is 4 breaks in a row.
4 in a row, and there's a timeout from EDI. We're going to take a short break as well. Don't you go anywhere. We'll be right back after the break.
We believe mixed is the best for the sport, for the world. That's why we're making a global showcase, starting in Europe, made in Amsterdam. ULTI.TV, ULTILeague.net.
And we're back after the break. 4 in a row for Top of the North, the Italian Northerners that started slow and have been firing ever since. Spears and Millington get things underway for the Scottish outfit from Edinburgh. Millington's wound up, gone the length of the pitch. It will stay in and it will be caught. The Scots go back to what worked at the start of the game. One throw offense for the goal.
That seemed to be what works for them, the Hawks, as we've been seeing. Maybe this time out just took out a bit of the Italians' momentum that they got during the game to manage to defend those Hawks that were scoring all Edinburgh's points. Or maybe just they fired up. I don't know what speech they got.
It's good to speculate here. It could be a little bit of column A, a bit of column B, whatever happened. There was a timeout, and they recovered. So I like your theory, Charlotte.
Whatever worked, just keep on going.
Keep going. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it is broke, fix it. And it was broke for the Scots, and they seem to at least have the short-term fix there with the one-throw offense.
Now let's see them put back their defense. Hard, intense D.
Here comes the Italians. Always remember, respect that 3-meter line when you guys are playing on the show pitch. You don't want to be a Finney. That one thrown away to Millington, and now they can have a chance at 2 in a row. Doesn't take it immediately, but he gets it straight back, does Millington. Far sideline, 5 meters out. Looking for that centering pass. It was not there. Spears gets one in the middle. And it's Matt Webb who hits the deck with a little bit of contact there.
Yeah. Unfortunate misthrow by the Italians. I think that they got confident and forgot that the disc is gold. Don't lose it. You want to keep that disc on your side. Okay, so discussion cleared.
Disc is in, and he just found enough space to get that break in. Shot for goal. A lot of Italians there, but it's the only, well, completely red shirt that is there that gets his hand on it. Millington again, and right in to the corner off of both hands. Dick puts it on the ground.
Very low disc to get here. With such little speed, even a layout is hard to do.
Filipovic to Calza. Botta. Bassi to Calza. Playing in their own end zone here. Callahan country as it's been called, but now they're off and running. Fakes the big, easy reset. Zone defense out of Edinburgh. Shot to the goal comes now. Defense will get there first, and that was taken away.
The break center was totally open. I was so sure upside hammer would have been thrown, and the player wanted rather to go for the safer pass.
That one now is turned over immediately, going the other way. Did the Scots. Italians on the doorstep. They go the other way. Millington thought he had a chance at it, but it was read well. And then just totally popped out of the breadbasket there. That one was a freebie, and he let it go.
We got some push-ups on the sideline from Italians. I guess it's army style. Whenever someone does a mistake, everyone has to pay for it.
Punishment pay.
But guys, we're not in practice. It's tournament. You better save that energy.
Yes, this is performance time. Luckily, they've got a bigger roster than the Edinburgh team. I don't think you'd see the Scots doing the same thing for mistake punishment with as many as they've got on the team. Instead, it's Webb who sends to Spears, who makes a play on it. Spears.
Low disc saved this time.
Centering. Inside their own brick mark, Johnny Tang puts one a little bit too high, but Spears the bigger body and holds position well. Shot for goal, but that one too far. Throw had too much on it for from Alexandra Hiley.
Beautiful jump. However, I think even a bit too high. Let's see that. Oh no, just under it.
Yeah, the throw, I think that was an uncatchable disc. Everything possible was done.
Timing was not really good for the player. He gave it all what he could. That was kind of a fancy point so far. I mean, weird drops, fancy jumps.
Flying bodies, everything's happening. Let's see if it ends up with a score eventually, but they want to give us one more turnover before that can happen. Hiley gets the disc, 5 meters away. Hiley sends to goal, and they're going to give one more turnover to this point. There has not been enough yet, they say. That goal will come, but it's just going to take a little bit longer.
I mean, it's the last point for the Italians to take half. They don't seem to be such in a hurry to get the half. No half.
No half, actually.
My bad. There no half.
Pool play, so with the shortened games, there won't be a half. And that was almost a Callahan. And instead, he was so excited about the almost Callahan, he dropped it one throw later and gave him a short field. And this is the 8th turnover of the point. Millington has picked up. Zips, let's make it 9. Let's just get the turnover
foul.
Ticker going. Foul called, negate that turnover ticker.
What a sharp throw to get out of the end zone. I mean, it worked. They lost possession, but out of the end zone.
Shot for goal. Finally, EDI get on the board. There's still one away. I was about to say leveled it up, but 6-7 now. Scots one behind. Long point there, Charlotte.
That was a long point. Not easy. I think all players are kind of tired, but Top of the North has a lot of sub to have new legs, fresh legs. However, on the Edinburgh side, there are only 13, so one player always has to stay on field. And this might be problematic.
It could be.
For after such points.
I mean, first game of the tournament, they should be able to get away with it. Probably more problematic as the tournament goes on, but still, you know, first game of the tournament, your body's sometimes not used to it. You just like, you go from 0 to 100 really quick and
get a wake up.
Exactly, and so maybe you do feel it despite my saying otherwise.
No, I mean, Edinburgh is also pretty athletic, so
and
they should
here
be fine.
Comes that one, lands out of bounds. They're gonna go to the brick mark.
El Capitano with the disc.
Here they come. Calza drops back.
We got switches on the handlers.
Di
With a
Cristofaro has an opening, hits the opening. 93 shirt with the goal. That's Andrea Viaro. And the Italians strike relatively quickly there. A wide open player in the end zone to end that point.
Yeah, they were poaching on the cutters, using defending on space, like as in a zone and not person. But this was a bit too poachy and confident. They let the player totally alone in the end zone. That's where you don't want to let it.
That's the wrong place to leave somebody open. An under, all right. Leave them open, give them some space.
At least it's not a score.
But in the end zone, that does not work. So I did say it was game to 13 earlier. I stand corrected. They are still games to 15. I imagine a lot of points will not make it to 15. They will go to time cap. So 15 and or 60 minutes. It's a +1 at 60 minutes. Hard cap. And that'll do it. No halftime as mentioned. So your opening flip is a big flip. You got to win that. You want first possession. Even in howling wind, the first possession is a key in a equal turnover game. There is a big shot. Defense is in front, but an uncaught D ends up in the hands of the 97 shirt, and Scotland go the other way, center. And by Scotland, I mean EDI Edinburgh.
I mean, folks, catch your D's.
Tell them again,
we'll never
Tennyson.
repeat it. Never repeat it enough. They've been catching no defenses at all since the beginning of this game.
And Cameron Dick, player lost footing there, and the defense has enough. Now the defense is wide open. He traveled a little bit there, and then ended up during the dump. He had a wide open deep.
What a frustration for everyone. A player alone going deep, and your own teammate gets in the way, like, give me the disc, and blocks this big opportunity of a hug for the score.
Great inside break there. Now the hammer for goal to the 50 shirt, and the Italians back on the board. Love to see a goal caught by way of hammer. Marco Vezzoli, the recipient and the goal scorer.
Great job. They still managed to make the disc go all the way to the end zone, even though they didn't get this hack. At the end, maybe it was even a better option to not just hack it, because probably someone also went to poach, but rather keep the disc in safe possession and no 50-50 hacks throws.
So just a little bit more information on how the pools go. Both the Open 1 and Open 2 have 24 teams in each. That's 4 pools of 6. 5 games per team, so you play everybody in your pool. You have to finish first and second in your pool to have a chance to win the championship. At the end of pool play, if you are third or below, you go into your next seeding columns. There are no pre-quarters directly from pool play into the quarterfinals, so you need to finish 1 or 2. So every game counts. You can recover from a loss, most certainly, but every game really, really counts in this opening round. And that pull with a double helix, but stays out and will go to the brick mark. Brick mark met by Millington. Vertical stack engaged, and the first under gets fed. Trim goes deep. Trim has found a receiver. There are waving arms, double bicep flex. What does that mean, Charlotte?
We got a pick on the field, and actually a pretty early pick.
Pick on the field very early. Johnny Tang was wide open deep, but that's negated by crossing routes and traffic. Otherwise, here's another look at that series of throws that are going to come back.
Unfortunate pick, because that was a pretty put. But yeah, indeed, if you cannot follow your defense because your player you're defending because other players are on your way, you have to call pick. And in this situation, I guess a lot of players could have also gone for the deep defense. Since it was long, they had time to react. It could have influenced the game.
Spears winds up, does not deliver the huck. Centers, a little bit of help D was coming, and now the switch. Midfield. Gaffney goes back to Spears wearing the letter C on his back. Millington, Bruce Springsteen slides that one for the one-hand pickup. And Johnny Tang not gonna get there, or is he? He most certainly did. That one looked very much underthrown, and Johnny Tang makes a play that Millington missed there, and instead goes to Gaffney, likely the intended receiver. Spears toes one in, and a wonderful series of completions for the Edinburgh outfit to put that one on the board and bring it back to within 1, or does that make it 8 apiece?
Great action from Edinburgh. I mean, first the hand block that they saved, and other passes very low to just finish alone in the end zone. Even had time to run until the end zone to make the score out of this pass. Look at this hand block. Tipped disc and saved by the Edinburgh player. That was a real close one.
Johnny Tang.
Very lucky, but also very ready to get every disc. Stay aware. Catch your Ds and stay aware. So we're back to a tighter score here. 8-7, still led by Top of North. But Edinburgh is putting great work to catch up.
And Top of the North playing in their own backfield here. Kalza. Wants the dump. Petterini. Ooh, the big was there, but put away. Bassi. And Filipovic playing in their own end. A little bit of an upliner power position. The huck doesn't come. The hammer was there too, but a slot in the middle gives a freebie and another wide open receiver in space. Bit of poaching from EDI in the other end, in the defending end. Ooh, and just a tight hallway, not quite in. Feet on the line though. Pivot. One throw forward would be a goal, but they've gone back and across first to try and find it. They do. One throw later, and the Italians stay up. It's 9-7 now, 45 minutes into the contest.
What a last laser throw for the point.
45 minutes.
Top or North has lost a bit of their energy that they got during all these breaks, which is obvious. I mean, scoring 4 breaks in a row needs energy and brings you energy as well. Your whole team is hyped, but with the Edinburgh comeback, they lost a bit of this happiness, making them play even better.
Lost a lot of their energy, the energy we saw straight away from even before the game when they were doing their haka-like cheers. The Italians came out with a lot of energy pre-game. Edinburgh showed the first bit of energy on field first, and then the Italians had taken it back. Now we're going back and forth. We've got a nice looking game on our hands here at 9-7. Wind up both ways. Edinburgh puts it away. Trim floats it, probably too much. Too much traffic for sure, and the knock away goes in favor of the Italians.
There were a lot of people running all together to the same disc. Everyone wants this disc, for sure. But that was almost dangerous, I think. Players coming from behind, from the back.
But they wanted to give it right back right away again, and so they did. Millington with the disc right now. Zips one forward. Ooh. A lot of pressure on that one, but complete. Now gone deep. That one is good for the goal. 34 shirt cashes in. Thomas Trim, and he's fired up.
Here, Edinburgh ties the game. Or no, back to 9-8. My bad, but getting closer and closer. Great work. Always these hugs working.
Question from Felix Nemec. Is it +2 for the finals? We believe so, yes. We had that conversation with Boris yesterday. It is a +2 for the finals, +1 in every other game. I believe it's also +2 for the semis. I will get back to you on that and make sure I have my updates. We remember last year that there were a couple games that were disputed to be already over, but not quite because of the nature of the game-ending jingle signal. And while those games went, they ended up being extended quite a bit, and we're not at all over. And if I recall correctly,
quite a bit. What do you mean by quite a bit?
Oh, an 11-4 lead that ended up being a 12-11 win for Is No Good in the semifinal over Clapham. But we're not talking about that one, and that's only my second mention. That one smacked away.
So unfortunate drive from Italian. He was not ready for the disc in this direction. I really think they missing hype is impacting a lot their game.
That one's a goal, 3 to the 24 shirt. That is Connor Gaffney with the goal, and Edinburgh do this time tie it up.
Tie the game, yes! Now it is.
9-9, Wayne Gretzky, 99. We've got 11 minutes left till the cap. I'm trying to remember what our jingles are. I think we've got some ABBA coming up for the 3 minutes to go jingle and some Kasabian for the end of game jingle. So music trivia nerds at home, keep your ears peeled. See if our field mic can pick up the time capping jingles here.
Always
in
the
Bruges.
good old songs.
What's that?
Always the good old songs.
Oh, yeah.
It reminds you of the tournaments. And it's not a random song anymore. It is a tournament song now. Jingle. Here we go. Who is going to take the lead? Giants keeping possession. Edinburgh getting the D and hacking it in the end zone.
We've got a game on our hands. Di Cristofaro sends the other way the Italians, working their possession through Davide Botta, and Di Cristofaro puts that one away before going back to Filipovic after he's retreated a little bit of ground. Now they get through part of the front of that cup. Now they go sideline to sideline again. Swing, swing, Sweet chariot style. There we go. There is the big gainer. One throw away or not. They've gone back to middle. Wisely reset instead of forcing it. And then, well, he forced it into the goalpost. And that's not the right thing to do in this sport.
It's already the second time they do a great job moving the disc to the end zone, to in front of the end zone, and just missing that last throw a bit too enthusiastic. This always the inside tricky that takes the wind. There's not much wind, but I think enough already just to lift that disc up when you throw this kind of inside.
Inside forehand breaks with that inside out angle on it. That little bit of potential for the wind to get it. Now Millington just zips one, says, no, I can do that. Watch me. Dick with the disc. Moves forward to Millington. Has a look upfield. Defense cut off his angles very efficiently, but his inside throws are difficult to stop. Dick again to Millington. Midfield line almost exactly. Another inside break with that forehand from Millington. He is carving them up every time he gets it. Spears read it the best, even outweighted the defenders that were in front of them, let them miss on their jumps. And now Millington gets again, left-hand catch. Hammer the other way! Dick's there. Nice throw, and that's a lead taker, 10-9. We're getting an update from the field scorekeepers that is now 10-10, not 10-9.
Anyway, as the more Edinburgh was getting closer to the end zone, more I was kind of sad they were not going to Huck. But this Hammer definitely made up for it. Hammer's even better than Huck. Look at this. Beautiful.
Zip, zap, zoop. That one's straight in. You can see the helix from our wonderful camera work taking that one in. It is Felix Nemec yapping on the stream, talking about the heavens opening in Leuven and to prepare ourselves for rain. No, Felix, your Leuven is separate. And there is the jingle. ABBA's a-playing. 5 minutes remaining, says the ABBA jingle. And it really sets the tone here. The game time jingles. Oh, we're back
Lay
at Tom's,
all your
everyone.
love on me, baby.
So good to be back. Tom's Tournament. So 10 apiece, 5 minutes to go. When the time horn goes, it's +1. It's not even finished the point +1. It's just +1. And we've got to be very specific as to, it's not the moment the jingle starts. It's the moment there is a voice in the jingle that says time is over in 3, 2, 1. And at that blast after the 1 is the very specific moment because, again, that has come into play before. I've seen it firsthand. Filipovic says, watch, I can bobble it, make you guys think you've got a chance, and then haul it back in and keep my team on the front foot. And they are on the front foot. Di Cristifano has a look, and the defense resettles, and the offense swings from sideline to sideline here. Calzo. Goes wide, Di Cristifano there.
You don't want to lose. Now they understood the disc is gold. You don't want to lose it. Tight game, so important. 3 minutes left. It's not the time you can catch up many points. You have to get all the single points you can.
I mean, in a play like this, Filipovic with the disc. Now he's gone in, and that one counts. A play like this, taking your time is not the worst thing in the world. Ensuring the goal, the most important, and they've done that, Charlotte.
Beautiful. Beautiful point. They sped up when needed.
11-10. And speaking of sped up, this is one of those moments Edinburgh wants to be on that line with their hand up as soon as possible. They can't force it any sooner than 90 seconds, but they definitely want to do their part to be very, very ready to encourage that pull to come as soon as possible.
So what power line did they prepare us for this last points?
Well, EDI with only 13 players. I don't know if they're rolling power line out here. Who's kidding who? But
That doesn't exclude a power line option.
yeah, you are correct. Your top 7, best 7 for the situation is still necessary to be called. This point very important for EDI. They must score it. If they don't score and we get to the buzzer, well, that will be over if it's a break against them after the buzzer.
It would.
Number 3 shirt saunters to the line. Alex Weiss goes to Millington.
We got a deep poach from the Italian side, always keeping their tall player deep.
Joao Lopez went back to Millington. Dick open midfield exactly. Lopez.
Bit of miscommunication on the switches on the Italian side.
Back to Millington inside the attacking brick mark now. There's a shot for goal. Dick there. Defense coming. Defense gets a piece, knocks it away. And the Italians with a potential chance to win this game if they can have an extended point here on the break. Don't score too early is the advice from the commentary booth.
Don't score too early, but
score.
still score. You gotta score.
I mean, score too early, still a better situation, let's be honest. Scoring's not a bad thing. But
anyway,
you could win it in this point if you extend it just a teensy bit here.
I mean, I doubt that the Italians are gonna huck it anyway. They haven't shown this kind of play so far, only once maybe. And here it is, the hug. Never mind.
Charlotte doubts it, but it happens. Does he keep his feet?
Oh, my.
He makes a play. He dropped his toes back. Vezzoli. And there's the horn. And we are on fire here, like Kasabian says. There is a discussion. This discussion could be the outcome of the game. But it's called out. And now, even if the Italians do score, if the Italians do ever get it back, it would go +1. And we've got our tournament director standing by, giving us info through our commentary team. I will keep you up to date. It is finish the point after time. Finish this point. So we've heard the buzzer. We do finish the point. Then we add 1. Yeah, what a play by Lopez. Goes between all bodies. Lopez goes wide side. Dick is there. That throw is on. And EDI is on the board. They're up 12-10. It's a game to 13 now.
What a look. This pass was so beautiful over the stack, over all players in the free space right in front of his teammate. Amazing. Great job, great defense from the Italians on the first Edinburgh possession for shutting down this huck option. But this pass, oh my.
Oh.
What?
We got a doggo,
got a
still frame doggo there. So info from the wonderful Boris Vandeluk and the tournament organizing committee. Boris and Glenn head up that committee for sure. Boris has let us know that it is the +1 after the point when the horn goes. In the finals and the semifinals, it's +2. And only in the finals, it's +2. Semis remain the same. In the finals as well, there is a halftime at 8 points or 30 minutes. And that halftime is quick, 2 minutes only.
Still longer than the invite half times.
Yes.
So here we are. This is Universe Point.
Sam Murphy wondering where the toe drag is, the master of the toe drags, as we saw at EUCF with his chicken legs keeping the quads off the grass there. Here come the Italians. They need to extend no, they don't. They need to win the game here. This is Universe Point, ladies and gentlemen. Filipovic gets the centering pass. Di Cristofaro, far sideline. Having a look, having a sniff. Mounting stall count, gets the wide center dump to Filipovic. Now up line, it's Kalza. He's shot, not quite for goal. There's got to be a player open on the poach. Filipovic was there, and they've gone all the way back to Kalza. Di Cristofaro wants it, and they're behind their brick mark now, 20 meters out from the score. Di Cristofaro goes up. Well received by the 33 shirt. Shot for goal, not quite in, or is it? It is, and that is game, ladies and gentlemen. 12-11, Universe Point, top of the North, take away a win from EDI, snatching victory from the jaws of defeat. But they're still talking, Charlotte.
Yeah, that was kind of fancy footwork to keep the disc in the end zone. So it is not sure if it's in or out. They were discussing it because I think there were some calls from the sideline. But in the end, it is a goal for the Italians, who scored and won this first game of Tom's Tourney 2023.
Wonderful. We're going to leave the Open Division 2 straight into the Women's Division, as will be the case for most of the weekend. We'll be out of one game and straight into the other. So while we're doing that, I thank you for joining us in this first game. Coming up next, Crazy Dogs and Czech Women. I'll be checking out. Hannah will be checking in. Charlotte's not going anywhere. You do the same as Charlotte and stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Thank you. Thanks. Merci beaucoup.
Yeah, ultimate.
ULTI.TV.
Freezing outside, a little bit high on the feeling. Can't seem to focus. In the corner of my best friend's sofa, you were getting by some rum and cola. Wasn't brave enough yet just to talk to you. Not a smooth talker under pressure. Sweaty palms ain't making it much better. Something about you feels so special. Pretty other from the minute that I met you. Smoking outside, trying to get your attention. You make me nervous. In the corner of my best friend's sofa, you were getting by some rum and cola. palms ain't making it much better.